on the toss.
He's going to go in, untouched, touchdown.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen Rich alongside my main man, Chris Smith. We're live here at the Hornets Nest for a Thursday night game, the Gibson County Middle School Athletic Association Championship game, hosted by the Hornets this year. Chris, what about it, brother?
Man, I'm telling you, Stephen, this is two good teams.
There's two really good teams. Well, this is Stephen Rich alongside Chris Smith. You're watching a Worthy Road Studios production of middle school athletics. You're fixing to get unprecedented coverage and camera work by the best in the business, Mr. Paul Schulte of middle school athletics. Well, Chris, here's a breakdown for you tonight. Trenton's lost the Rosenwald Bears have lost one game this year.
The Rosenwald Bears have lost
Trenton
one game.
Rosenwald Bears have lost one game this year. They lost to the Hornets 60-34 at home. Okay. That was their only game, or their only loss this year. So Trenton, you know, is a good football team.
Man, they are a good football team. I've seen them. I was at that game, and what I saw of them, they were very, very impressive, Steve.
That's right. Well, I can't confirm their record, but they are either 8-1 or 7-1. They also beat another really, really good football team at middle school in Huntington. They beat Huntington 62-60 in overtime.
Wow.
Talk about lighting the scoreboard up. Trenton beat.
You talk about a game with no defense.
62-60 in overtime. And your Hornets come in tonight undefeated, of course, 7-0. And Chris, here's something for you. Here's an interesting statistic. This is the fourth year that the Gibson County Middle School Athletic Association, that includes Crockett County, has had a championship game. They formed their own league so that for scheduling, for ease of scheduling, the whole 9 yards. Madina has played in this game 4 years now.
Wow, what does that say about Coach Heath Moore?
Man, somebody like that doesn't have to talk. You
That's
can just look at his record.
Well, I can tell you, I got a son in the 6th grade right now, and they played on your team, by the way, and I'm very, very happy that he'll be playing for Heath the next couple of years.
Oh, absolutely. It doesn't get any better than that. And I will tell you something else. That it's not you got two good football teams, but you also got two really good coaches tonight.
Right.
Of course, the Medina Middle School Hornets are coached by head coach Heath Moore. Assistant coaches are Austin Moore and Mr. Barry Bray. I'm going to tell you something. I know firsthand personally, them boys put in work, put in hours and hours of – basically they're doing this for free.
That's right, yeah.
Barry and Austin are doing it for free, and Coach Moore might as well be doing it for free.
Well,
and that just goes to show somebody that loves football.
Man, I tell you this, Austin, from my understanding, is going into the nursing profession, I think.
That's correct.
If that falls through, I think he's got a career in coaching.
Absolutely, he's got a career in coaching. All right, well, for the Bears, they are coached by Mr. Jacob Edwards, Mr. John Atkins, Mr. Gavin Hollinsworth, and Mr. Tyler Gadlin. I don't know a whole lot about either one of the Trenton coaches, but I can tell you this: they're good coaches. I saw them play, and those guys are going to play. They're going to have this team ready. And I'm going to tell you something, Chris. It's hard to beat a good team twice.
That's right.
It's hard. You know what I mean?
Well, I
and
can tell you this: if they're associated with Trenton football, then they go through Coach Tim Haney. And he has something to do with it over there. His name right there is unprecedented. He's a good football coach.
That's absolutely correct. Well, it looks like your captains for tonight for the Medina Middle School Hornets are captains for tonight, and for the Medina Middle School Hornets are number 7, Mr. Christian Denton, number 12, Andrew Good, number 14, Jackson Bell, and Dane Hardwick.
Dane Hardwick, yeah.
Mr. Dane Hardwick.
Well, that right there, that's 4 good players, and one of the reasons that we're undefeated.
You got that right. And them boys have put in work. And your Trenton Rosenwald Bears, man, these numbers are going to be impossible to make out. Number 5.
Yeah, we got number 5.
For the Gibson County
I think 24.
Well, number 5 is Eli Hammonds. Number 24 is Gerald Dixon.
And then 66.
Number 66 is not on the roster. I don't think there's 66.
Well, that's what it looks like from here, but like you said, we're a long ways up here, Steven. Hey, we hadn't talked about this crowd.
Man, what are you talking about? This is a middle school game.
It's a middle school game.
Man, there's a lot of high schools that don't bring this kind of a crowd.
Well, what this says about Medina athletics, about South Gibson athletics, is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we're playing volleyball, cross country, whatever this school is playing, the parents support this.
That's right. That's right, and it really does. And there's a lot of good football being played right now in Medina, Tennessee. Your sixth graders, they finished the season 6-1. Coach Moore's undefeated with the 7th and 8th grade. Coach Stidham at the high school is undefeated
right
as well.
I mean, what do you say? I mean, right now, hey, we're rolling. If the 6th grade wouldn't have let us down in a game that we should have won, we'd be perfect.
Yeah, you turn the football over 3 times, you're going to lose against a good football team. Number 86 was the other player for Trenton that I couldn't quite make out.
Okay. And then
that
number
was
3
Bryce
as well.
Franks.
Number 3.
And that is number 3 is Mr. Cooper Baggis. All right, well, I tell you what, Chris, I think Trenton's going to come in here and they're going to want to throw the football. And I tell you, when the first time they played, if Madina hadn't gotten so much pressure on Trenton's quarterback,
right,
they've thrown the ball all over the yard. So I think it's for Trenton to have a shot in this game, to win this game. Well, they've got a shot anyways, but for Trenton to win this game, I think their offensive line is going to have to keep their quarterback clean and give him just a few seconds to throw the football down the field. Right. They're going to come in and throw the football. Coach Moore, you know what Coach Moore's going to do. He's going to line up and hit you right in the mouth.
That's right.
And he's going to run the football, and he's going to run it well. And he's going to throw it when he has to. Speaking of throwing the football, now Trenton's got a really good quarterback, but the Medina Middle School Hornets have also got a really good quarterback, and Nolan Stidham.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you something. Mobile, athletic, and can throw the football. And you don't see – the only other quarterback I ever remember seeing that could throw the ball as well as Nolan was Dustin Moore. And here come the Hornets.
Well, that's right, yeah. And what do both those guys have? What do they both have in common?
Their daddies are both football coaches.
There you go. What does that say?
Well, it's kind of funny. If you look at a lot of these kids that play, athletics and, good football players, there's a common denominator that when their dad is a football coach, when you're in the backyard when they're kids, you learn a lot right there.
That's right.
So, well,
a lot of times you expect them not to be learning. They're over there doing something. They're playing. The old brother's playing, but they're learning. They're picking stuff up that's going to help them all the way through middle school and high school.
Well, Chris, pick the score tonight.
Oh, I'm going to say 42. Medina 42. Trenton 21.
42-21. I'm going to say Medina Middle School 38, Trenton 16.
Okay.
All right, we're going to pause as we recognize the United States, and the middle school band is going to perform our national anthem. All right. Much deserved round of applause. Great job by the band. Man. Wow. I've heard several high schools that don't perform it that well.
Man, look at the numbers, Stephen. Look at. I just did a rough count on it, and it's roughly 70 kids in the junior high band.
Man, they did a great job.
Look, 15 short years ago, there wasn't 15 kids in the whole school, in the whole class. This place has exploded, and
that's right.
I mean, you think about it, it's just getting better and better each year.
Well, looks like the Hornets lost. Or excuse me, looks like Trenton won the coin toss and elected to receive the football. So here we go. It's football time in Medina, Tennessee. 8 minutes. 8-minute quarters here. Again, this is Stephen Rich alongside Chris Smith. You're watching a Worthy Road Studios production of Middle School Athletics. Tonight's action is brought to you by Wireless Dimensions in the Old Hickory Mall, by SEShirts.com, and by Certified Restoration, Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. Chris, I meant to ask you about Southeastern.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
here we go. We're live. Looks like number 71 for Trenton bobbled the snap, bobbled the ball, shakes the guy right out of his boots, and going to be tackled by a swarm of Hornets right on the 20-yard line. Number 71, the ball carrier is Jaquez Wilkins, the 8th grade. He's an 8th grader. All right, so Trenton's going to take the field. Ball will be right on the 20-yard line.
Man, I'm going to tell you this. 17, is it Hardwick?
Hardwick.
Man, he just crushed somebody, Steven. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Dane has a
son.
He's got a little twitch about him. I remember when I had him in 6th grade. He's got a little mean in him, and I like that. If you're a football coach, you love that.
He rolled down that field, and he popped somebody. Hey, that kid wasn't expecting it. He ended up right on his rear end.
All right, here we go. All right, 3 receivers to the bottom. One in the backfield. Man in motion goes number 7. And a handoff. And calls his own number. Number 5 slips out in the flats. And looking for running room, finds some. Going to pick up a nice gain of about 22-yard lines. Or about 22 yards.
Well,
number 5 is Eli Hammonds.
You called that right, dude. You said they'd come out throwing, and I think you picked that up right immediately, Steven. I think they may have heard your pregame.
Well, that's going to spot the ball on Trenton's 43-yard line. And that's a pretty big play for your first.
Against this defense, that's a very big play. I don't know how many of those that we have allowed this year over 20 yards.
I don't either. Well, you're going to say the same thing in reverse. You're going to have 3 receivers to the top of the screen. One, your quarterback is back, tight end to the right side of the screen. Man in motion goes number 7, and probably going to be a false start.
Yep, I think you called that right.
7:39 left in the first quarter, 0-0. And we do have a false start on the Bears. That's going to give them a cheap 5 yards.
Yep, we'll take it.
That's all right. We'll take it any way we can get it. We'll take it any way we can get it. Well, that's going to spot the ball on the 37-yard line for Trenton. They got a long field ahead of them. Chris, man, I appreciate you coming in and doing that with me, and I appreciate Southeastern Termite and Pest Control sponsoring this broadcast tonight.
Anytime you need me, Steven, you just give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help out.
All right, here we go. 3 receivers to the top, and a run up the middle. Going to hit right at the line of scrimmage. Number 87 for Madina, my man, number 87 is Garrett Wallace.
Man, he got
hammered
him, dude. It was
Garrett Wallace cut
through
there.
And then you had, what, number 14? Is that Jackson Bell?
Number 14 is Jackson Bell. You got hit by Jackson Bell and Garrett Wallace.
Yeah, Garrett Wallace took him on initially, and then Jackson Bell helped finish him up.
Well, that's all right. Well, it's going to be 2nd down and 15 for the Bears. Ball will be on the 37-yard line. 7:04 left in the first quarter. Here we go. Snap. And handoff up the middle again. Going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Number 87, Garrett Wallace again.
Wow.
Playing like a monster up
he's
there.
Playing like a monster. Did anybody even block him that time, Steven?
I don't know. Well,
it was.
Well, we knew that the offensive line was going to be huge for Trenton, and they blocked for him.
Now, this is a good question. Now, what would Butch Jones do in this situation? Would he rush 3 and drops 8?
They're going to go to prevent defense with 12 men on the field.
Oh, he's been butchered this year, hasn't he?
He's been butchered. That's right. All right, 3 receivers to the top for the Bears. All right, snap. Looking to roll out goes number 3, their quarterback. Going to be pressured and finally brought down by number 17, Mr. Dane Hardwick on the sack. Well, he had no time to throw. He was rolling. He was looking to set up, and here comes the hit on the slow motion replay. And number 3 is going to be sacked for a huge loss.
Well,
number 3 is Cooper Baggus.
Dude, I'm telling you, you consistently hear his name over and over and over.
Hardwick?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is. He's a good football player.
Yeah, he's a very good football player, and hopefully he'll next year progress, get better and better, and help South Gibson as well.
All right, here we go. Hornets going to come after this. And, nearly got to it. Not a very good punt for Trenton. And he's going to net about
4 yards.
4 yards. So that's going to give Madina a really short field. If you're Trenton, you got to hate that, man. You do not want to give Madina a short field.
No, you don't. I'm going to call this right here to the house.
To the house, first play?
First play.
To the house. Well, all right, that'll work. 5:26 left. First play, Trenton about a 22-yard gain, and then they lost yardage the next 3 plays and had to punt. So Medina will pick up the ball on Trenton's 31-yard line. And here we go. Under center will be Mr. Nolan Stidham, Dane Hardwick, one wing back, Christian Denton, the other wing back, and your fullback is Jackson Bell. And
pick up about what, 3 or 4, Steven?
Pick up about, probably 3 yards around the left side. Dane Hardwick on the carry. Well, Chris, in between the plays here, I tell you something. You better look out on defense for number 77, Paxton Terry.
Paxton Terry.
Man, he's a man.
Is he?
He is a man, buddy. Let me tell you what, he is a man. And I remember him in 6th grade. He wouldn't do anything. He was just he didn't realize his own strength.
Right.
And over the last couple of years, Coach Moore has found his strength. And buddy, I don't know that I'd line up across from him.
Sometimes right now that's what it takes as a good coach to get. If you can't find it yourself, it takes a good coach to find it for you.
All right, well, number 17 on the run again, breaking tackles, juking
nice
and jiving, and picks up about 15-yard lines. Dane Hardwick, first down, Hornets.
Son, that looked like me back in the day right there, I'm telling you.
When you were playing Madden?
Yeah, when I was playing Madden.
All right, Chris Smith alongside with me here, Stephen Rich. Let me give a shout-out and thank you to Worthy Road Studios. Mr. Paul Schultze himself is producing tonight's action. Lawson Mann is your replay operator. Mr. Kevin Thomas is your main cameraman. Kane Vester and Alyssa Burrows are your alternate cameras. We give them a shout-out and thank you here. First down from the 14-yard line. Here comes your Hornets, man in motion to the left.
Looked like offsides on Trenton, Steven.
What are they going to call here? Going to be on Trenton, so Medina's going to take their 5 yards here.
We'll take it.
4 minutes and 10 seconds. It'll be first down and 5. Ball will be on the, what do you call it, Chris, 9-yard line? There we go.
I just want to say this is awesome, Steven, being able to replay the game, replay the plays. I mean, man, we need to do this for the high school.
That's right. That's right. Worthy Road Studios in action. You can see the slow motion. Here comes the run. Number 7 is going to get stood up there.
Play,
nice tackle there.
24.
Number 24. Is that who the tackle was on? That's Darrell Dixon in on the tackle for the Bears.
Man, it was a nice open field tackle. He filled the hole and made the tackle one-on-one. It was a nice play.
He still picked up about a yard, so it's going to be second down and 4. Ball on the
7, I think, Steven.
7-yard line. Here we go. Let's see what Coach Moore's got up his sleeve here.
What are you going to call, Steven? What do you think?
Man in motion, number 7. Handoff again. Going to be hit, and nice pressure by Trenton got off a couple blocks and made the tackle. It's going to set him up on a 3rd and 1. Third down and about a half a yard, Chris.
Man, I think I take it, and I take my quarterback and just pump it right up the middle.
So we'll see what Coach Moore's got up his sleeve. 2:53 left in the first. 3rd down and 1. Ball will be on the 6-yard line. If they get a first down here, well, they're going to stop and measure it, Chris. We're going to get a measurement.
I think it's going to be a little short, Steven, though. Won't call 6 inches.
And
that's about what it is, isn't it?
It was close.
It was close.
So the ball will be on the left hash mark. The ball, will be on the left hash mark. It'll be 3rd down and a half a yard. 2:53 left in the first quarter. Medina is looking to get into the end zone here. Ball is on the 6-yard line. Ball is on the 3-yard line. Here we go. I'm going to get it right in just a second. All right. Stidham calls his own number right straight up the middle and call it like it is. Touchdown, Hornets. Stidham called his own number.
Couldn't stop it.
Can't stop it.
Nope.
All right.
Couldn't stop it that play.
Well, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first. The Medina Middle School Hornets get on the ball or get on the scoreboard first.
Stephen, I'm watching the replay right here and the push by the offensive line. Watch it. Well, they didn't show it again. It is unbelievable the push that offensive line just got on that particular play.
That's right.
I think my old self could have run through there.
All right. And here comes the 2-point conversion attempt. Man in motion to the right. And number 17 gets the ball up the middle. And Dane Hardwick converts on the 2-point conversion. All right. And the conversion was good.
Just really difficult to stop this offense, Stephen. I mean, they're just there's the misdirection, everything about
it's
it. It's just it's nasty.
It's nasty.
And Coach Moore's proved that many years it's difficult to stop this because the athletes just come in, they run the same offense and continue to produce wins.
Yeah, year after year after year after year after year. And it's funny. Chris. You'll talk to Coach Moore before season starts, and he's like, "Man, we're not very good. I just don't know what to tell you. We're not very good." And they go undefeated.
Well, I played for Coach Tucker in Milan, and he'd tell everybody how sorry we were. We're horrible, always horrible. And every year, we'd be 11-1 or
10-2.
10-2. I mean, and we'd lose to Brentwood Academy, somebody like that recruited players. Otherwise, we'd had no telling how many state championships that Milan would have had.
Right.
But it was the same song and dance every year. We're horrible. We're horrible. But
well, I tell you what, Trenton is lined up. They've got 6 kids way back deep. You see all that green grass in between their front line and their back line?
Yeah, it'd be a good time just to kind of squib one in there, wouldn't it?
Watch an onside kick right here. Watch an onside kick. All right. Michael Bell on the kick. And I believe it's coming. I don't know if Trenton's ready for it, but I believe it's coming. All right, there it is.
You called it, buddy.
Number 82 going to field the –
just didn't get the bounce that time. It just kind of bounced right into his hands.
All right, that's Christian Rhines, the 8th grade wide receiver that caught the ball. So Trenton will take over. It will be 1st and go for the Bears. Ball will be spotted on the 43-yard line. Chris, what's going on at Southeastern Termite?
Man, we are extremely busy right now. I mean, for this time of the year, you would think that it would slow down, bugs would slow down, but at this time of the year, it's actually mice are infesting homes, and we're getting called. I bet we got 8 or 9 calls today just on mice.
All right, well, here we go. Snap, handoff up the middle, number 24. My man Garrett Wallace breaking through the line like a knife through hot butter, makes another tackle for a loss.
That's just 3 or 4 tackles.
That's 3 tackles. 2 of them in the backfield. Number 84 was your ball carrier.
I think they've only had 4 plays from scrimmage, and 5 plays from scrimmage, and he's been on at least 3 or 4 tackles.
Tyshawn Robertson, the 8th grader on the carry for Trenton. All right, I would look for Trenton to throw the football here. Man in motion goes number 7, and we're going to get a false start.
Let's see, who was that on, Steven?
I don't know. Let's check out the replay here. I forget about the replay. I'm not used to having all this fancy equipment. Man, Paul, man, he hooks you up, man. Worthy Road Studios.
Man, Paul.
Come back
and see us, Paul. We need this every week.
You got that right. Well, if you got a wedding or an event coming up, you want it to be videoed and you want it done professionally, you want the best in the business, hey, look right there in the bottom left of your screen, Worthy Road Studios. That's all you need to know.
Man.
Period. All right, here
all
we go.
these South Gibson fans need to make sure they use this Worthy Road studio.
Here goes another false start. Looks like Trenton's a little out of sorts, Chris. Getting
son, they're rattled.
Getting confused calls.
I'd hate to know that they're already panicking with 1:51 to go in the first quarter left. But
that's right.
Kind of
I would imagine the Bears are going to get this figured out. They've got good coaches over there, and they're going to be a timeout. Timeout by the Bears. 1:46 left in the first. Medina Middle School 8. Trenton Rosenwald Bears 0. Are we breaking with them? Well, Chris.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give a shout out. I talked to Mr. Kane Vester. He's working our cameraman. He's our second cameraman over there.
Yeah.
And Kane is a junior here at South Gibson County High School. He's working for free, basically, for a little somebody might slice him off a dollar or two for doing this, but he's basically doing it for free like me and you.
There you
go. So give a big shout out to Kane Vester. He's a junior. He plans to go to college at Bethel to study performing arts. So, Mr. Kane, we appreciate you, brother. All right, here we go. After the timeout, 1:46 left in the first quarter.
And it is second and forever, Steven.
It's second in a country mile. It's second in miling.
For a middle school, second and forever, second and 19.
You got that right. All right, here we go. 3 receivers to the bottom. Man in motion is number 7.
Ooh.
And snap goes over his head. And going to get another false start on Trenton. Man, that's 3 false starts in a row.
Man, I would tell you what, if that happened to South Gibson or to Medina Middle, he'd be ready to explode, wouldn't he?
Oh, he probably would have already exploded. They'd have to go down there with a dustpan and scoop him up and put him back together because he probably would have already exploded.
Oh, man.
If he didn't explode, there'd be steam blowing. It'd be burning players' skin with the steam rolling out of him. That's 3 false starts in a row by Trenton. Man, that's tough.
Man, look, that's called they're going to need some help winning this game anyways, and that's called shooting yourself in the foot. That's just can't happen.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough business for Trenton. All right, here we go. And snap goes way over his head. Goes number 3. Number 3, he's going to call his own number, going to break outside.
Yes,
they're going to be tackled for a huge loss by number 17, Dane Hardwick.
Woo, that's a nice play, son.
Third down and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 yards.
Trenton may need to reconsider and go up under center because right now the shotgun is not working for him.
Man, what a great play out there by Hardwick. Get out there and shoestring him down to the ground.
That's right. Shows his speed because that kid had an angle on him. If he'd have got by him,
he'd have picked up some yards. All right, here we go. Third down and a country mile for Trenton. I would imagine Trenton's got a trick or two up their sleeve for this. 3 receivers to the bottom for Trenton. And man in motion is number 7. And going to roll out to the left is number 3. Looking to throw it deep. And up to number 5. Oh, great reception right on the sideline.
Reception. Nice.
By number 15, what a great reception.
Son, that was a beautiful throw and reception.
Watch
Let's look
this
at it on the
replay.
Oh, my. Yeah,
that's
he rolls
Noah
up.
Hallbrook. Threw it.
Oh, he just
he was getting hit. And boom, what a reception. Number 15.
Oh, nice play.
That's a great play by Trenton. I told you you had something up there.
Safety should have come over. And that's a free play right there. I mean, it's time to take somebody straight out.
Well,
all right, so we got a 4th and 7?
We got a 4th and 7. I don't imagine Trenton's going to attempt to punt.
No.
No, you're not going to punt right here. A lot of shifting going on here.
Trying to confuse the defense up a little bit.
3 receivers to the top now.
Man, I'm going to tell you, watch Austin Moore down there on the sideline. He is doing some coaching.
Roll out by number 3. Looking to throw it in the air, and the ball was intended for number 15 again. I think number 3, Cooper Baggis, got a little flustered and threw it away. It looked like he had some time to catch that on the rollout.
He was being put under. He was a little bit of pressure, but you got to look. I mean, both the cornerback and the safety had their guy covered. So there was really not a good place to throw the ball to. He actually may have done the right thing because it could have easily been picked off if he'd have kept it in bounds.
Well, Madina will take over after the failed 4th down attempt by Trenton. And Medina, look at here, something different from Medina. You know, 2 receivers to the bottom.
Oh, look at this. Got a little I formation. Man, this is very rare that you ever see that in it.
All right, here we go. Sit him under center, going to hand it off to Christian Denton, and going to be tackled immediately by a host of Hornets, or excuse me, by a host of Bears. Looks like number 84 was the. Looks like it was number 84 was in on the tackle for.
So look at the size. They got a nice size defensive line. You know it?
Tyshawn Robertson was on the tackle.
Man, well, I'm going to tell you what. He filled his hole. He beat his man, and he filled the hole.
That's right. That's right. So it'll be.
But you look at the size of them, man. Trenton's not a small football team.
No, they are not. They are not a small football team, and they're a good football team. Any football team with a record of 7-1 or 8-1. I'm not sure if they're 7-1 or 8-1, but any football team with 7-1 or 8-1 is going to be a good football team. And I know firsthand. I know firsthand how hard it is to coach up a football team, and you know they've done a good job with those kids. You know, they played Huntington in overtime and beat them 62-60. That's 122 points scored in a middle school game.
Son, I would have liked
32 minutes.
I would have liked to seen that game. I mean, literally, they had to be basically taking it 70, 80 yards every play. You know what I mean?
Well, you only play 32 minutes. That's how short a middle school game is 32 minutes.
Wow.
So they scored 122 points. Well, not counting the overtime. They
like
had
I
to
said
score
earlier,
overtime
no defense whatsoever. Couldn't have been any defense. You know what I mean? Well, is tomorrow night, speaking of South Gibson, is tomorrow night is the pink out game. Is that correct?
That's correct for South Gibson is versus Westview tomorrow night.
Westview, okay.
All right. Well, Rosenwald is going to take over. The Bears are going to take over at the 46-yard line. No, excuse me. The Hornets are going to take over on the Bears' 46-yard line. I had it backwards. All right. They didn't stay in the eye very long, Chris.
No, that didn't last very long, did it?
Man in motion goes number 7. Number 17 with the ball. And Dane Hardwick on the carry is going to pick up about
7 or 8 yards.
Going to pick up about 7 yards.
Yeah,
so it'll be 3rd down and 4. You're going to give him 6 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
I'm going to tell you what, dude. Steven, I think I run that play again.
I probably would, too. Thank you, sir.
Thank
you, sir.
I mean, you know what? There was a hole the size that a small bus could have ran through. I'll run that again.
Yeah, you could have drove a Mack truck through there. All right, here we go. Instead of under center, man in motion goes, and we're going to get a false start.
Is that on the Hornets, Steven?
That is on the Hornets. So that's going to back them up, make it 3rd down and long.
All right, so what do you do now, Steven?
Well,
I may let Nolan see what I may throw it this time. They're not expecting it.
Well, let's see. Let's see what Coach Moore's got up his sleeve. I hate to guess. I would imagine Coach Moore's got something up his sleeve. So, ball will be on the 45-yard line. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Madina Middle School 8, Trenton Rosenwald Bears 0. All right, your Hornets come to the line, or the Hornets come to the line. Man in motion, number 7, and going to hand off to the 17. Looked like they ran the same play again there. And Hardwick picked up about 7 yards.
Yeah.
So instead of being third and
so what? You know what? I run it again.
Sounded like to me you were watching a 6th grade game from Saturday.
Son, y'all did a great job.
This is a big conversion right here. I tell you, if they don't convert this, you don't want to give Trenton any momentum because Trenton obviously has a high-powered offense. You don't want to give them the momentum.
That's right.
You certainly want to convert this. All right, snap. Handoff up the middle goes number 14. Jackson Bell going to pick up a 1st down. Hornets. Number 14, Jackson Bell on the carry.
He ran hard.
Looked like number 7. Who was on that tackle there? Number 7, Keaton Ross. Or Keontae Ross, excuse me. That replays are brought to you by Worthy Road Studios. Tonight's action is brought to you by SEShirts.com and by Wireless Dimensions in the Old Hickory Mall, right in front of Victoria's Secrets. And like Chuck says, that ain't a bad place to be.
No, not if you're going to be in the mall.
All right. Man in motion. A handoff again. Number 7, Christian Denton, juking and jiving to the house with his shiny cleats on. Goes number 7, Christian Denton.
Man, he ran well. He is. Did you? He can stop on a dime and turn. Strong running back.
He is
quick. I mean, elusive. He's got. It seems like he's a total package when it's coming to middle school running backs.
Well, I tell you, Chris, an offensive line can make any running back look good.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. You know what? You got to give those big guys their credit.
Well, with that score, it's going to be Medina 14, Trenton Rosenwald 0. And on the conversion attempt, lines up here. See what happens. Straight up the middle again. Stidham calls his own number. And still scrapping for yards, and finally gets in. Goes number 3, Mr. Nolan Stidham.
I think you need to watch this replay right here because a couple of his running backs that were standing back there may have got him this touchdown, Stephen, because he would look like to me he was stopped. Here he goes. No. This is the long touchdown run.
That's the long touchdown run. Look at
watch
the hole.
This move right here. Look, right there. Good cut.
And to the house, shiny cleats.
You notice that he never let off the gas.
I asked Christian one day after practice. I asked him if he got wax out and shine the bottom of those cleats.
Yeah. well, whatever he's doing to him, he's doing it right.
Well, with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter, Medina Middle School 16, Rosenwald Bears 0.
Is this pink out night for the middle school as well?
I don't think so.
Okay, I noticed that all the Medina players have pink socks. I guess it's just for October Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
I think maybe it's because their last game. Maybe they're doing it. I don't know. It may be. I'm not sure.
They get the cheerleaders have pink pom-poms as well. So, Trenton brought a nice crowd.
Trenton absolutely brought it. Tell you what, Trenton's got a nice-sized band as well. They sound good over there.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Stephen, both of these schools really support their programs. I mean,
absolutely. Hey, I'll tell you what, to go to the high school ranks, you got to say right now, South Gibson and Trenton are the best 2 teams in Gibson County.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
All right, here we go. Kickoff. Going to be fielded by number 8. Looking for running room. Finally going to be tackled by number 87, Garrett Wallace. But not before he picked up about 20 yards.
How many times you called Garrett Wallace's name tonight, Steve?
And he's a beast. He has been a beast.
Was he in the 8th grade? Garrett's
in 8th grade.
Too bad.
My son Caleb and Garrett played pee-wee football together in the YMCA league in Jackson years and years ago. Garrett's a good kid. I like Garrett a lot. He works hard, and he's earned every bit of that.
He got a younger brother?
He does have his younger brother named Gavin, who's also a really good kid.
Yes.
All right, here we go. 3 receivers way to the top of the screen. And number 24, woo, here goes my man Paxton Terry.
And then who finished him off, number 7?
Number 7, Christian Denton. Number 24 was the ball carrier. Number 77, Paxton Terry, come through the – look at here. I don't even think he was touched. And going to be finally finished off there by number 7. It's going to lose about
if I'm Trenton's coach right now, I don't really know what I do, Stephen. I don't know if I guess I'd probably go to the pass.
I'm going quick pass.
Yeah, you got to. Something in the flats, something out
there.
Quick
pass.
Pick up 5 yards and see if it turns into something.
All right, here we go for Trenton. Let's see what they got up their sleeve. Handoff again and tripped up at the line. Man, I think the line monster got a hold of him that time.
There's number 24 on the carry.
That's Dixon on the carry for Trenton. I think the line monster got him.
Yeah.
Let's see what the replay says here.
No, maybe somebody. I think somebody stuck out a hand early in the number.
Well, I'm glad the line monster got him because he had some greenery up there.
Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it? He might have picked up 5-10 yards. So what do we got, Stephen? 3rd and forever?
It'll be 3rd down and 18. Ball's on the 33-yard line. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Here goes the rollout. Number 3 looking for a running room, and going to be right off the tip of his fingers. That pass was intended.
Hey, number 3, the quarterback, he rolled out. He's got a nice pass to be rolling out to his right and on the run throwing.
He does.
Look at this. It's really good.
Right off the tip of his fingers. Boop! Oh, man.
Kid seems like a good athlete.
Eli Hammonds was the intended receiver. Number 26, Landon Lambert, was on the coverage for the Hornets. All right, and the punt team's going to come on for Trenton. That'll be a good time for a fake punt. What do you say?
No, I think I punt this.
All right, the Hornets probably going to come after it here. And bobbles the snap and blocked it. Going to be picked up and going to be returned by number 7, Christian Denton. Touchdown, Hornets.
Wow. That's all you can say is wow. I mean, when things are going bad for Trenton, they're going bad. But a lot of that has to do with how quick and how fast we are, man. We're just a very, very fast team. We make things happen.
Jalen Motley was the punter, and he bobbled the snap, and it was too late. He went to kick the ball, and there was a swarm of Hornets there on top of him, and number 7, Christian Denton, picked the ball up and took it to the house.
So you can't bobble the ball against this defense.
No, absolutely not. Let's see what Coach Moore's got up his sleeve here for the conversion.
Well, the last 2 have been Stedham right up the middle, so let's see if he does it a 3rd time in a row. Nope, he's rolling out.
Going to throw it into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown! Or excuse me, conversion is good for the Hornets.
Nice play.
Rolling out, and number 17, Dane Harwood. Let's check out the replay.
Here's a replay on the punt right here.
Oh, on the punt. There we go.
Oh. Son, he got hammered.
He did. All right, 3:46 left in the second. Medina Middle School 24, Trenton Rosenwald Bears 0.
Well, was that a beautiful pass or what? And a nice catch. Tell you, Stedham threw it and he put it right on the money, buddy.
And the conversion was good, so that's going to bring the score to 24-0 with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in the first half of the action. Chris, close to halftime here. There's going to be something really special happen here at halftime. It's kind of close to my heart. They are going to retire the jerseys of number 1, Keyshawn Collier, and number 5, Sean Collier. There will never be another Hornet from the middle school wearing number 1 or 5. Those numbers are permanently retired.
What a tribute. I mean,
I asked Coach Moore. He's never retired a jersey before.
Wow. What does that say about those 2 kids right there?
And I'll tell you what. And it's going to come here at halftime. We'll have the presentation for you. All right, kick is deep by Good. Going to be fielded by number 8. Number 8 looking for running room. Finds running room. And anybody going to catch him? No, number 18 going to be brought down by number 7, Christian Denton, but not before a huge return.
How nice is it to have Christian Denton sit back and wait and wait and wait, because he's not going to let the kid by him.
All right, that's Jadarian Easley on the return and broke a couple Hornets missed the tackle, and number 7, Christian Denton, just waited on him and saved him from scoring.
Yeah, saved a nice play.
He had a full head of steam. It was a great play there by Christian Denton. All right, a little bit different look here for you for the Bears. And going to hand off. Looking for running room. Nice, hard, powerful run there by the tailback for the Bears.
Hey, Steven, you know what I liked about that is that kid dropped his head.
That's right.
And he hit that
That's
hole.
right. He hit the hole, buddy. He picked up about 4 yards.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, hey, and that's one of their few plays. Look, he drove somebody back, but, I mean, it was a hard run.
That's Jalen Motley.
Son, he dropped his head and did it.
He did. That's called laying the wood. I like that. He came in and hit the hole and hit it hard. And going to be handed off up the middle. Number 74. And
looks like
nothing cooking there.
Son, that looked like an offensive guard or a tackle running the ball just then.
He's a big old boy. He's a big old boy. Brought down by, it took several Hornets to bring him down. Looked like there were 4 Hornets with a hand on him. The quarterback fell down, and as he was coming to the ground, the quarterback says, "Whoa, let me get out of the way."
So what did he do? He lost a yard, right?
He lost about a yard on that.
It's
be 3rd down and 7.
Desperation time right here for Trenton.
3rd down and 7 for the Bears. Handoff again, goes to number 2, and man, he went to spin and he turned around. He hit his own lineman and fell to the ground. Jalen Motley was the ball carrier. It's going to be 4th down and 6.
So what do you do here, Steven? Do you punt it or do you go for it?
I'm not punting this football. Not
the way you got 2 minutes. And as easily as we've scored.
I'm going to run as much time off this clock as I can possibly run.
That's
and
right.
then I'm going to try to pick up 7 yards to get a first down. There's no way I'm punting this football.
And
well, there's 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the first half. All right, 3 receivers to the top. And number 3 calls his own number. He's going to be tackled by number 14, Jackson Bell, with 1:37 left in the first. With 1:37 left in the first half. It's Medina 24, Trenton Rosenwald Bears 0.
I'm going to tell you, he's got all 3 of his timeouts, correct?
He does, and he's going to use them. He will use them, I would imagine. We're going to remind everybody tonight's action is brought to you by Certified Restoration. Chris, what's going on at Certified Restoration? You guys busy?
Man, we are busy. We did. I went to 2 houses today personally for water losses. So anything from hot water heaters busting in the attic today. We had a sink that had overflowed in a child's bathroom, which ended up affecting the bedroom and everything. So
y'all going to get them fixed up, aren't you?
We're going to get them fixed up.
All right, good deal. Number 7 on the carry goes Christian Denton, looking for running room, lowered his shoulder, still scrapping for yards, and took several Bears to get him down. Finally going to be tackled by number 71. It's Christian Denton on the carry. And number 71 is Jaquez Wilkins, an 8th grader, on the tackle. All right, 2nd down and 4, 1:08 left in the first. And here comes another run. Number 17, Dane Harbor, looking for running room, finds it to the left side. And is anybody going to catch him?
No.
Touchdown, Hornets. Number 17, Dane Hardwick, on a great run around the left side. Looked like the offensive line was parting the Red Sea, and to the house he goes.
It's really how well that offensive line blocks. It's just, and then how well these kids run and how fast they are. They're hard to stop, Steve.
That's right. Well, with 56 seconds left in the first half, Medina Middle School 30, Trenton Rosenwald Bears 0. Look pretty good there, Chris. Look pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be hard to stop this team.
I think this is one of Coach Moore's better teams he's ever had.
Yeah, I would have to say so. With Caleb and Dustin's 8th grade year, I would like to see those 2 teams play each other.
Well, going to be short. Nice hard run there.
I'm just telling you. I mean, it's been a lot of good classes too. I mean, so South Gibson has something to look forward to because they got a lot of good ball players coming up.
They do. All right, the conversion was no good. So that's going to leave your score, Medina Middle School 30 and the Rosenwald Bears 0.
Hey, Steven, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You'd mentioned earlier that we'd been in this 4 separate times, correct?
Yes, this is our fourth
every
year
in existence, we've been in this, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How many times have we won it?
3. We won it 3 times. We lost to Humboldt the very first year.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Medina Middle School beat Humboldt 22-0 in the first game. Mm-hmm. And Humboldt had a really good team that year, and Humboldt came in like an animal, man. They really wanted that game, and I don't remember the exact score of the game, but Humboldt won it by a couple of touchdowns, if I remember correctly. Okay. It was a close game.
That was at Humboldt. I think I was there.
It was at Humboldt. Mm-hmm. Sure is. The Gibson County Middle School Athletic Association Championship game travels from school to school to school to school to school. Next year, I think it will be hosted by Crockett County, and then it'll go back to Humboldt.
Okay.
All right, here we go. It's 30-0, and here comes the kick attempt, and going to be fielded by number 5. Eli Hammonds is for the Bears. Fields it, so, well, the Bears got 55 seconds and 2 timeouts. Throw the ball around the yard, see if you can get something, break something before the second half.
That's what you have to do right now. You're into a point in this game where you can't run the ball. and you can't run the ball. And so I think they're going to have to do and they've tried some in the past, but I think they're going to have to go to it consistently, Steve.
All right, well, let's see if that offensive line can block somebody. And a little attempted bubble screen.
Man, that was real close to a lateral, wasn't it?
It was close. Attempted bubble screen by the Bears. And the attempt was no good. I tell you what, man, Trenton's offensive line has got their hands full with this defensive front for Madina. You got that group. You got Paxton Terry up there.
What about next year's class, Steven? How are they looking? You think
it's hard to tell, man, because those kids will grow so much from now till the start of the season next year. You can't tell. Anyways, back to the defensive line. You got Stephen Morris up front, and Morris gets after it as well. Look at Paxton Terry breaking this play up. He threw his offensive lineman into the quarterback and caused the sack. I don't think you can credit Paxton with the sack because he threw the offensive lineman. You'll see on the replay here, number 52 just threw him into the quarterback, and the quarterback lost his balance and going to be finally tackled.
I'm going to tell you what, Paxton Terry's playing like this is his last middle school football game.
He's going to go out on top here. 25 seconds left in the first half. Looks like either one of the coaches are going to call their timeouts. They're going to let it burn down here. Medina Middle School 30, Trenton Rosenwald Bears 0. It's been all Madina here. It's been all Madina here at the Hornets' Nest. And they are going to attempt to play. And number 3 is going to call his own number, looking for running room, nothing cooking. That
ends the first half.
Yeah, that will end the first half.
Can you say total domination?
I think Trenton is a little overmatched up front, and it's just killing them. They can't run their offense. Because it's been proven time and time again. They've scored points, on everybody. I think that defensive line for Medina Middle School is just dominating them up there.
Man,
it's just dominating them.
It's impressive. They're totally – it's like they don't even have the time to do anything. As soon as that quarterback drops back or hands off, there's a defensive lineman in his face.
Right. That's right. Well, they have a 10-minute halftime here, and a little excitement going on. You're going to see Trenton's going to go to the locker room and try to regroup and get something going here for the second half. The retiring of the jerseys, I'm not sure exactly when that's going to happen here, but it's coming up in the next few minutes.
Is this down here to our right? Is this the players from that maybe played with Keyshawn and Sean?
That's several of the high school Hornets. It sure is. Okay. It sure is. That's a lot of your high school Hornets that are kicking around to. They want to watch the retiring of the jerseys. I do imagine, or I would imagine.
Yeah. So. They had. Rightfully so. They had a very, very difficult time with all that happened, and
I'm going to tell you something. I can't. Words can't describe how I would handle, or I don't even know that I could function if I were to lose one of my children. Right. But to lose 2 of my children, and then lose them at the exact same time. Darina Collier and Sean Collier, I don't know.
Strong lady.
Man, and every time I see Darina, it's just like she's picking me up. Mm-hmm. I want to go pick her up and hug her neck, and it seems like to me that I've got it all wrong. She's the one picking me up. I don't know how she keeps it together. I really don't. So.
Yeah, I think here comes the.
We're going to actually pause. Mr. Schultze, if you would, I'm going to actually set my headset down, and if you would cut this mic off so that you can hear the stadium announcer for this broadcast or for this presentation. If you would, Mr. Paul, cut this mic up for me, and we're going to pick up. We will pick up after the presentation. Again, this is Stephen Rich alongside Chris Smith. You're watching a Worthy Road Studios presentation of middle school athletics. We'll be back.
As you glance across the stadium, you'll see parents and other fans wearing a number that represents more than just a player on that field. It represents a teammate, a friend, a hardworking athlete, loyalty, dedication, a coach, and all of those players who love that player. As the plays are made, they look for that special number. The fans in the stand yell and root for that number. They listen as the plays are made for the announcer to call that number. Their opponents might not know that player's name, but they know his number. Two numbers that will forever be engraved in our hearts and our minds are the numbers 1 and 5. You see, they are not just a number. They represent so much more. They represent Keyshawn and Sean Collier, two of our Hornet teammates, who, though no longer here with us in the physical nature, will always be here living on and in our hearts of those in the Hornet community. When we think about retiring a jersey, we think of it as a very special honor set aside for those who leave a lasting legacy. So tonight, we would like to take this time to remember the legacies of number 1, Key, Sean Collier, and number 5,
go back.
Sean Collier. Two legacies which have impacted the hearts and lives far beyond the community of Medina. From this day forward, when we see those numbers, 1 and 5, we will always remember more than just a number. As we continue to remember the lives of the Collier boys, please remember the Collier Christian Center and the many efforts to support the building of this center. Together, we can help make this dream become a reality. God bless the Colliers.
All right, we're back live here with you at the Hornets Nest. Chris, that was tough to watch.
Son, tell me this. Chuck Walker did a outstanding job announcing that. That was hard to get through, son. I don't know that I could have done that.
I was fighting tears back myself. I can't.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I was wiping the tears out of my eyes. I don't know that I could have done it. Tip my hat to Chuck.
You could have read that. Boy, he did a fantastic job, and boy, that just.
Well, what a special moment for the Collier family.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't believe the Collier Christian Center is gonna happen. I disagree.
Well, if this community rallies behind it and some of the influential people get behind it, I think it's got a good possibility to happen.
Well, I hope I live to the day I can say the door's open.
Me too, bro. I really
do.
That'll be an outstanding tribute to them. And not only were they great athletes. From everything, I didn't know them personally, but everything that I have heard about them, they were outstanding kids as well.
That's right. I remember when Caleb and Keyshawn and Sean played in the City League in Madina together, and I knew that's where the Colliers and the Woods family were the very first family that me and Jessica got to know because they were on the football team. We moved here right as football season started. They were one of the very first families that we got to know, and they were great kids. They really were.
Well.
Everybody's going to miss them. So here we go. Stephen Rich alongside Chris Smith here are going to kick it off, and Jackson Bell's deep to receive it. And looking for running room, going to be hit immediately and going to be brought down by a pack of Bears.
Does Jackson Bell of course, I've watched a whole bunch of games, but does Jackson Bell usually return?
No, he does not. It's normally Christian Denton.
That's what I thought.
Christian 17 Dane Hardwick.
That's exactly what I thought.
Your normal.
So,
and I've seen Nolan Stidham back there as well.
So maybe he's already switching some kids around. And
Well, it's our last. These kids.
They
I'm gonna
work
tell you
hard,
something.
man.
They work hard. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of the difference in this football team and a lot of other football teams is these kids start working in the summertime, and they run and run and run and run and condition and condition and
Hey,
condition.
son,
They're just in better shape.
Yeah. And look,
A lot of times-
I've seen, I've witnessed it with the 6th grade, man. They work hard, and the 7th and 8th grade even work longer and harder than they do. So,
All right. Well, number 7 on the carry is Christian Denton. We got a flag on the first down run. The run was to the right.
It's a 4-yard gain. There's a flag on the field.
And let's see what the hanky is. Be a holding call on the Hornets. That's going to back them up 10 yards. So it'll be first down and 20. It'll be first down and 20. Ball will be on the 21-yard, right at the 21-yard line.
Stephen, I think you got some of that. I think it's not only do we have great athletes and good kids, but they work hard. I mean, they work
got that right.
hard. I mean, some of these kids tomorrow, they ain't going to know what to do. They're so used to going to football practice.
Well, let's see what Coach Moore's got up his sleeve. 7:39 left in the third quarter of action. Stidham under center and going to roll out. Stidham calls his own number, looking for running room to the right side and hit behind the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a tackle for loss by number. Can't make out the number.
What is it? Here we go. We'll get it on the
15?
replay right here. Man, that's one of the few plays. Here it is. It's going to be number 7.
No, it was number 15.
Number 15. He came up. He came
did.
up and fielded. Son, he looked like a ball player right there.
Number 15 is Noah Hallbrook on the tackle for the Bears. It's going to be second down and 20, country mile. And look, watch for the pass right here. Watch for the pass right here. And look, going deep, number 87 is Garrett Wallace. And, man.
Son, he got turned around, Steven.
He did get turned around. And looked like Stidham put it right on the money, but
nice
looked like
pass.
Garrett just got a little turned around.
I mean, it was a nice touch on that ball right there.
Here we go. We can see on the replay here. Man goes deep, and Stidham looking to throw and can't quite make it out. And, yeah, it looks like Garrett did get a little turned around there. 6:47 left in the third quarter. It's Medina 30, Trenton Rosenwald Bears 0. This is Stephen Rich alongside Chris Smith. Tonight's action is brought to you by Wireless Dimensions in the Old Hickory Mall. Everything for your cell phone, OtterBoxes, car chargers, screen protectors, SEShirts.com.
Stephen, I need a new case for my iPhone 5, I guess it is. Y'all have all that? You have?
Absolutely. You got a 6, by the way.
Oh.
You got the iPhone 6.
Okay.
You need to get OtterBox or a LifeProof 4. Come on and see me, man. We'll be there.
Actually,
all right, here we
I do.
go. Here comes Christian on the pass, and no. He calls his own number. Still looking for a pass. No, and he's going to finally run it after a –
Oh, man, Stephen, we're going to see our first punt tonight.
Is this the first – I'm Steven. Oh, here we go. Thank you, sweetheart. This is going to be 4th down and long for Madina. And let's see what Coach Moore's got up his sleeve here. Looks like they're going to set up to punt this ball away. Coach Moore's known to fake it. Coach Moore's known to fake it.
Well, you called a lot of plays tonight. I mean, you called the long pass just then. I mean, so.
All right, here we go. Snap, set, kick. Hardwick on the kick. Not a very good kick, but not too bad.
A good roll for us.
Connor Kelso down there. Big number 85, Connor Kelso.
What is Connor? 6'5"?
I don't know if he's 6'5", but
he's probably 6'1", 6'2".
I know he's 6'3", because I look up at him. I'm just shy of 6 foot, and I look up at him. I know he's 6'3".
Wow.
And Connor's a good kid, man. He's always smiling and
kid.
cheesing. I like O'Connor. He's a good kid. Now his dad, Billy.
His stepdad.
I ain't speaking to none of that about
well,
Billy.
His real dad, good guy.
Yeah, Dad's an awesome guy. All right, here we go. And number 24 gets the ball and looking to go outside, breaks the tackle, looking for running room, finds some plenty of running room, and around the left end goes number 24, but we got a hanky on the field, that old dreaded hanky. We'll see what the call is.
Man, I think it's going to be holding. Holding on Trenton. But you know what? I mean, Trenton, they went into halftime, and it looks like they made some adjustments. They stopped us with a, 3 and out? Then, now they've actually got positive yardage on a play. I mean,
that's a holding call.
Yeah.
So that's going to back them up 10. That'll be 1st and 20. Ball will be on Trenton's 40.
First and forever.
Yeah, 1st down and 20. Ball will be on the 40-yard line. Tonight's action is brought to you by Worthy Road Studios, being produced by Mr. Paul Schultze himself, filming your events, live events, weddings, sporting events, like right now, TV shows. You need something done right. You need video editing done professional. Call Paul. He can do it for you. All right, pitch out, and going to be tackled by the pitch, run to the right, and the quarterback pitched it out, and number 2, Jalen Motley was the carrier.
Tackle by Landon Lambert.
Mr. Landon Lambert on the tackle, and you're going to lose about a half a yard to a yard on that attempt. It'll be 2nd down and 21, 5:46 left in the 3rd quarter. Scoreboard says 2nd quarter, but I'm 100% sure that it's the 3rd quarter.
Yes, sir. Maybe they're confusing it 2nd half.
There we go. All right, 1 receiver to the top, 2 receivers to the bottom. And going to roll out and going to be pressured. Nothing cooking there. My man, number 77, Paxton Terry.
Son, how many sacks is that for Paxton tonight?
I don't know.
That's at least 3 that I can think of. What was that, Steven?
The clock wasn't running.
Oh.
And Coach Moore noticed it and reminded the clock operator to start the clock. It'll be 3rd down and 35, 40 yards for Trenton. All right, here we go. There's a receiver to the top and 2 receivers to the bottom for Trenton. 5:17 left in the 3rd. Handoff, no. Number 3 calls his own number, and looking down the sideline, finds an open receiver.
Catch.
And nice catch there by number 5.
Man,
that's Eli Hammonds on the reception.
Man, Eli actually had a lot of field presence there. He knew exactly where he was, where his feet needed to be, and made the catch. That was a very, very good play.
And a nice catch there. Got his foot down, inbounds. And, when you're a coach, it happens right in front of you on the sidelines. You hate that.
Well, the good thing about it is now it's 4th and 20, or 4th and – yeah, basically 4th and 20 still. So
4th down and 14
It's going to be a long.
And I don't see the punt unit on for Trenton, so it looks like they're going to go for it here. And got a false start.
Offsides.
Is it going to be an offsides?
Yep, false start.
And you remember earlier in the first half, Trenton had how many?
They had 3 in a row.
They did.
Yeah,
they did. Well, I tell you what, Chris, give me some numbers here on the defense here. I see number 14 at middle linebacker, Jackson Bell.
Right.
I see number 26.
That's Landon Lambert.
That's Landon Lambert.
Number 35.
Tristan Cook. I see number 3, Stidham. Nolan Stidham. Here we go. And
looks like we got 2 7th graders out there. Oh wait, is number 77? Or no, that's Paxton is an 8th grader. Looks like we got 2 7th graders out there right now, though, right?
That's right. Tristan Cook and Landon Lambert.
Building for next year.
Number 53, Matthew Bryant. Number 87, my man Garrett Wallace. Here comes number 78, Connor Jenkins. All right, here we go. I think Jenkins is a center. And Paxton Terry is your left tackle. Man in motion goes Hardwick, and number 7 Dane Hardwick number 7 Christian Denton on the carry.
Nice carry.
4:12 left in the 3rd quarter. Medina Middle School 30, Trenton Rosenwald 0.
2nd and 4 for the Hornets.
All right, Stidham's getting the play call. Well, like we said earlier, Chris, your running backs look like stallions, but Who makes them look like stallions are
The
those offensive linemen.
Yeah, and
Look in the NFL. Look at DeMarco Murray. Here comes a run up the middle. The quarterback calls his own number, and looks like he's going to be short.
He is going to be short. He's going to be about, third and maybe 1 or 2.
Third down and about 2. Look in the NFL. Look what happened to DeMarco Murray. He ran by that nasty offensive line by the Cowboys and was league's leader in rushing yards. He goes to Philly, and he has 4 rushing yards on the season. 4 games in.
What does that tell you? That it's a lot of it has to do with the offensive line.
Now, having a speedy tailback when you get one open that can break it and take it to the house means a ton. But your offensive line.
Well, let me tell you this: at UT right now, Jalen Hurd's made a lot of those yards on his own.
That's right.
So, but in most circumstances, it's going to be. That's another quarterback keeper in it, Steven.
Yeah, Nolan Stidham calls.
He's still
his own
going.
number.
Look at him.
Scrapping for yards still and going to pick up the first down. 2:48 left in the third quarter. It'll be Medina 30, Trenton 0 still. And you can see the push by the line up front. And Stidham broke loose there and was still scrapping for yards.
Son, he's not going down, is he?
All right, looks like Jackson
He just
Bell's
kept those
coming
legs
in.
moving.
I'll tell you somebody who surprised me a ton. When I showed up for practice, we were going to start the 6th grade practice. Andrew Good. Man, golly, Bill, he's gotten really good. He's playing good football.
I don't think he played any football prior to the 6th grade. So when he came out there in the 6th grade, he was just raw.
He's just absolutely raw. Yeah.
And he's grown a ton. He's grown a whole lot in the 2 years since that point in time, and developed and got learned more about football, and he's turned into a very good football player.
Right. Well, you'd ask about building on next year. I'm going to tell you something, man. It's unbelievable how much a kid grows between the 7th and 8th grade. Unbelievable how much they grow. And, you ask, well, what about next year? Well, I can tell you this. They're going to win a lot of football games if Coach Moore and this coaching staff are coaching on. They're going to win a lot of football games.
Mm-hmm. They are going to win a lot of football. And that 6th grade class was undefeated last year.
That's right.
So they're going to come in, and as 8th graders, we're going to expect the same thing out of them.
All right, here we go. And Nolan calls his own number, looking for runner around the left side, and going to be pushed out of bounds by number 7.
He went with the quarterback keeper.
Nolan called his own number there and went around the left end. Keontae Ross, the 8th grader,
this
finally
defensive
pushed him
end wasn't buying it. He actually did a really good job. Didn't totally contain him, but fast enough to push him out of bounds.
Well, he was actually looking to throw the football and down the field, and he wasn't open, so he had to drop and run. So 1:32 left in the third quarter. Stephen Rich alongside Chris Smith. You're watching a Worthy Road Studios production of middle school athletics, bringing you unprecedented coverage of middle school athletics. The camera work, the slow motion. All right, here we go. Looking to air it out. Finds a receiver downfield open and just couldn't hang on to it there. Number 17, Dane Hardwick. Looked like he was underthrown a little bit there.
Was underthrown a little bit, and Dane had to come back to try to get it and just
it looked like he had a chance to get on it there. And let's see here on the replay. Looks like Dane had a chance to get his hands on it, but couldn't quite get it. So
pull it in. 4th
down and 6. Ball is on the 25-yard line. We're going to remind you tonight's action is brought to you by SEShirts.com. Custom screen printing. No order is too big. Your church, work, family reunion, school, whatever, you guys got a fundraiser, give us a call, SEShirts.com. Check out the website. You can see some examples, or you can give them a call. They do a great job. All right, man in motion goes Hardwick, and number 7 is going to have the ball around the left end. Just shook a guy right out of his boots and into the end zone. Goes shiny cleats, number 7, Christian Denton. Touchdown, Hornets.
Nice play. And just the offensive line executed. Look at the blocks right here on the replay. They just sealed everybody off, and there's a nice hole there. And then Christian Denton does the rest, man. He just makes people miss.
Well, when you have a really good offensive line and you have a really good tailback or a couple of really good tailbacks, this is what you get.
It's hard to stop.
It is hard to stop. All right, let's see what Coach Moore's got up his sleeve here. for the conversion. A little different here. Two
Wow,
receivers to
look
the
at
top,
this.
2 receivers to the bottom.
I think he's been watching some Brigham Young or some Pac-10 football out there. Look at this.
All right, man in motion. Going to hand off around the left side. Goes Dane Hardwick into the end zone. Conversion is good.
Nice
jet
play.
sweep there
Nice
by
play.
Dane Hardwick. All right.
Seconds remaining in your third quarter of action. Scores the Trenton
And the conversion was good, so
Your Medina Middle School Hornets.
Look like, did we have a flag on the play, Steven?
there's a flag down. I don't know if it fell out. If the flag fell out.
I don't know that they're going to replay it. Maybe they're going to assess it on the kickoff.
No, that was that's not a flag. It was one of the players'
Oh,
hankies.
okay. Maybe they need to pick a different
not
color
rag.
next time.
It's not rag on them.
That was Dustin Moore that went out there and retrieved that. And the
Speaking
Moores
of-
do it all, don't they?
Speaking of good football player, Dustin's a good one.
Dustin's a good one, yeah.
I remember him in middle school. I remember he aired the ball out, and I remember thinking,
About
man,
a 50-yard pass. Is that the play you're talking about?
well, hey, just having football in your blood, man. Austin was a good football player for the high school when he played. I don't remember him playing middle school. I wasn't around at the time, but Austin was a good football player for the high school when Austin played here. So I remember the announcer, Chuck Walker, said that Coach Moore once killed a bear with a spoon. I don't know where Chuck came up. Why would you hire that guy to work for you? I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. Going to be fielded there by number 7. And going to be tackled by
Nice
number
play.
17, Dane Hardwick. No, excuse me, that was number 18, Jadarian Easley on the return.
Christian Denton, Dane Hardwick, Paxton.
Terry,
Man, it's
Stephen Morris.
I mean, the Wallace boy. I'm telling you, just Garrett Wallace. Consistently hearing those names over and over. Just playmakers, Steve.
That's right. That's right.
Man, they're called ball hawks.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of these kids that are on this football team right here
Yeah.
that are starting for this team started for last year's team. A lot of they were starting when they were 7th graders.
So there was a lot of 7th graders that started, huh?
I think there were 6 or 7 7th graders that started for last year's team.
Really?
Yes, absolutely, really. All right, here we go. Man under center and going to be handoff. And look at the push by the defensive line.
That is 14. Who's that? Jackson
Bell on the tackle.
Jackson Ringpad Bell.
Nice play. Look at this. Look at the replay, Steven.
You see the push by
just
Second and 12 for the Bears.
he's a tough, hard-nosed player as well.
Well,
man.
that's going to wrap up the third quarter of action for us. It's Medina Middle School 38, Trenton Rosenwald Bears 0. And it doesn't look like we're going to have much of a game here for
After 3 quarters of
Man,
the
it's-
fans.
Oh, I called it wrong. I initially said, what did I say? 42-21. I don't know that Trenton's going to reach the 21 plateau.
I don't know that Trenton's going to reach the scoreboard if they don't get some protection by their offensive line. They can score. I don't know if the defensive line for the Hornets is just that dominant.
What does that tell you about? I mean, they played a lot of different schools than we did, and they dominated. Correct? I mean,
Huntington.
Yeah,
Man, I'm going to tell you something. Huntington's got a really good middle school football program.
Well, Huntington's got a good football program just in general, all the way from the high school level to – and they have – I was playing 25 years ago, and Huntington was always a good football program.
Well, you can see on the replay here, you can check out Trenton's band doing a good job and keeping it noisy in here for us. Here at the Hornets' Nest tonight, another great evening for some football. We will be here tomorrow night on point5digital.com. I'll be alongside Brandon Little tomorrow night for the high school Hornet, the mighty Hornets, the undefeated Hornets, looking to go to 7-0. Chris, somebody brought a point up to me earlier today. He looked at me and he said, "You do realize the only football team that's lost a game this year is yours." And I said,
and that would just so happen to be my son playing on it.
and I said, "Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Way to make me feel good."
But should we have lost that game, Steve?
Absolutely
No.
not.
We played them 10 times, and we beat them. We beat them 8, 9 times out of 10.
Well, tip your hat to them. They won the game.
They
We
did
lost.
win the game.
Fair
That's
enough.
exactly right.
All right, here we go. Looking to throw the ball, and I think there was a breakup in communication between the quarterback And the intended receiver for the Bears. Ball was intended. Chris, can you make out the number?
Man, let's see on that. It's intended for maybe 15.
Yeah, that was intended for number 15 for the Bears. That's Noah Hallbrook. All right, here we go. Receiver to the top, receiver to the bottom, 2 tight ends and a tailback. And looking to throw it goes number 7 and breaks the tackle. Nice play there by number 7 on the catch. And number 20 was the intended was trying to get the tackle for Medina. That's Rakin Hayes, and he missed him and ended up picking up about 5 yards.
Was that not? That was Andrew Good that came up and made the tackle, wasn't it? Number 12.
Yeah, Andrew Good in on the tackle. Looks like Mr. Garrett Wallace is going to check out.
Well, we got another 4th and 7.
Number 77. Big Country is going to check into the game. All right, looking down the field, number 7. Whoa, what a great play by number 7 for Trenton. He went up and caught that football in traffic with 2 defenders standing around him, high-pointed the ball and come down with the reception.
Let's watch this on the replay.
Wow.
Nice pass.
They can't do it that well at the high school level sometimes. Wow. Ooh. Man, I'd like to have that kid. I wonder if he knows. I wonder if his parents know they're selling houses in Medina every day.
That kid.
Oh, man, what a great job getting up there and getting the ball. That's Keontae Ross. I imagine we'll be calling his name.
That's definitely the play of the game for Trenton so far.
All right, here we go. Looking to throw it again to Keontae, and the quarterback just overthrew him a little bit.
Tight end number 84 was wide open, and the quarterback didn't see him.
Well, 6 minutes left in the game. Madina Middle. I keep wanting to say South Gibson. Number 87 was wide open.
He was wide open.
38. Medina Middle School 38, Trenton 0. Trenton's getting a little push here. Offensive production finally. And, we knew this whole game Trenton had an explosive offense. All right, here we go. Looking to throw it here.
Oh, pressure.
Great move by the quarterback. Yeah. And finds number 7 wide open down the field. Ball in and out of his hands. And, man, I think if he's going to want that back.
He is going to want that back. But the quarterback, if he would have just tucked it and ran to that time, he had a first down.
He did.
Yes, he did.
There was
whoop. Nice.
He shook Christian, didn't he?
Look at this. If he could have beat him to the corner.
Oh, man, he got both hands on it, too. Oh, man, that just kills the receiver. After the great play, he just had, and then that one.
It's one of those things that when it hits you in the hands, hard to hold on to, man. You know what I mean? If you make a play on it, if you dive for it and get 2 hands on it, for some reason you got a better chance of catching it.
And when it hits you right in the breadbasket, you seem to drop it. All right, well, it'll be 3rd down and 10. Looks like number 87 is going to check in the game, and number 72, John Big Country Turner, is going to check out. I remember him in 6th grade, man. He was a good kid. He's a big kid, too. All right. Oh, screen pass. And I tell you what, if they would have completed that pass was intended for number 24 for Trenton. And that's Gerald Dixon. If Dixon would have caught that ball, it would have been probably a house call because there was a ton of running room in front of him.
At least a first down.
All right. It'll be 4th down and 10. Ball will be on the 33-yard line. Hornets getting pumped up. The crowd's getting loud. Here we go. All right, here we go. And looking back, going to air it out across the middle and
incomplete.
Broke up, and we're going to get a
little pass interference.
Pass interference call.
Let's watch this on the replay.
They're going to call number 26, Landon Lambert, for pass interference. That's going to give them an automatic first down plus 15 yards.
Close. He is close.
Well, I kind of thought the rule was if you were making a play on the ball.
I think maybe not over his back though, Steven.
I didn't see that. I'm just kidding. Here we go. Here's another replay. We'll see.
It's close. It's close.
All right. Well, that's going to give Trenton first down. Be a first down for Trenton. Ball will be on the 19-yard line. 3:40 left in the contest. Receiver to the top, receiver to the bottom. All right, here we go. Rolling out. Quarterback throws it. Ball's
Man.
intended for a ball. Pass was completed.
Here with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the game, they found a little offense, hadn't they?
They have found some offense. That pass was completed to number 71 for Trenton. That's Jaquez Wilkins, 8th grader. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball will be on the 15-yard line.
I'm going to
3 minutes and 9 seconds.
So I'm going to call right here. I'm going to call interception for house call return.
Interception, house call. Well, here we go. Ball's in the air. Intended for number 7.
I was
Touchdown,
wrong, son.
Bears.
Son, that was a nice pass and a very nice catch.
It was. Looks like number 26, Landon Lambert, was on the coverage. And number 7, Keontae Ross. Nice pitch and catch there between the quarterback and the receiver. Number
20. It looked like number 20.
Cooper Bogus has got an arm.
Yeah. He's going to develop. I mean, if he grows, he'll develop into a nice quarterback.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you this: that high school football program in Trenton is
lights out, man.
Yes, sir. They got a good program.
Okay.
They have a very good program. These kids right here, they'll take these kids and make them a lot better.
Well, on the conversion, I think there was some confusion. There was some confusion by Trenton, and they got a timeout call before the the play was snapped. So 2 minutes and 56 seconds. It's Medina Middle School 38, the Rosenwald Bears 6. Tonight's action is brought to you by Wireless Dimensions in the Old Hickory Mall. Everything for your cell phone, including Chris's iPhone 6. He's going to come and get him a life proof or an OtterBox tomorrow. Chris, what time you coming by, man?
Man, what time you need me to come by there?
We're open mall hours, 10 to 9.
10 to 9, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that mall has really,
rejuvenated itself.
Yes, it sure has.
There were some tough times in the mall.
But, son, I'm going to tell you right now,
ago.
every time I go over there, it is packed. It's a lot of people there, and it's
there's some
nice shops there.
Absolutely. There's a ton of stores that are coming in that are new that have re-upped their leases and remodeled. The mall is healthier now than it's ever been.
Good.
And it's doing great. I really thought I got a little worried there for several years ago that the mall, I don't know if it was going to make it or not, but it's there to stay, buddy. I'm here to tell you.
Good.
All right, well, here comes the attempt. The 2-point conversion, and number 3 is going to roll out looking for a pass and going to throw it up in the corner of the end zone, and that ball was intended, that pass was intended for Keontae Ross.
Rakin Hayes was on the coverage.
Rakin Hayes, yep. And 2 minutes and 56 seconds. It's Medina Middle School 38.
Look at our cheerleaders right here as we pan across. We can't forget them, man. They have,
our cheerleaders do a great job.
They do.
And that's Melinda Moore's unit.
I'm going to tell you, man, the Moores, what do they mean to middle school football and middle school cheerleading and just middle school in general? A lot.
Absolutely.
They do. They're always willing to help. They're always willing to do
good
whatever.
Family and good people.
And whatever's necessary, whatever they'll take on anything. My wife and I work with them quite a bit, and they're always ready to help and do things.
Well, here we go. Trenton's going to kick this ball off. Looks like number 14, Jackson Bell's deep to receive it. 2 minutes and 56 seconds left in the contest. And looks like Trenton's going to kick it deep. No, they're going to onside attempt it. Number 20, Rakin Hayes, is there to get on top of it. Medina Middle School will take over right on the 50-yard line and be on the right hash mark. And looks like Coach Moore is going to substitute a little bit here and let a few of the other kids get a crack at it.
Stephen, I'm going to take a second just to think what you and Jessica mean to the middle school program as well. I mean, y'all are always here, always willing to help. You do whatever's called upon, and we thank you very much.
Man, thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. A lot of people ask why. I do it for me, man. Coaching, I do it for me. I love the kids, and I really do it for me. It's a selfish reason. I coach for me.
Yeah, but Jessica's up here. She's up at the middle school helping all the time, doing whatever's called upon, and
Well, we like it, and it's kind of our way of giving back to the community that's given us so much.
We appreciate it.
So, all right, here we go. No, Coach Moore's not going to substitute. Here come your mighty Hornets, and number 17 with the ball carrier, looking for running room up the middle, breaking a tackle, still scrapping for yards, and
dropped that head and spinning and still hit number 6.
He was dragging a defender. The guy come in for a cleanup tackle, and
number 6, who is that, son?
All right, here's the replay right here.
Look at this.
He's dragging the defender.
And watch
here
it drop.
Comes number 6.
Boom.
Looks
like
lays
him straight on his back.
Number 6 got the worst end of that deal.
Yes, he did.
2:44 left in the contest. We're going to remind everybody tonight's action is brought to you by Worthy Road Studios. Filming your events. You got a wedding coming up, any live event, sporting event, TV show, a hunting or fishing trip you want filmed, give Paul Schultze a call at Worthy Road Studios, and he's going to do it better than everybody else. All right, here we go. Man in motion goes number 17. Number 7 with the ball and looking for running room, and going to pick up about – number 7 is going to pick up about 8 yards on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Ball will be on the 31-yard line. 2 minutes left in this contest. Give a shout-out to Chris Smith and Chuck Walker's company, Certified Restoration and Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. They do a great job. You can get a hold of them. Chris, what's the number to Southeastern?
660-1052.
660-1052 for Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. The name says it all. All right, here we go. Number 17 on the carry, and the line monster got him.
Yeah.
That was Dane Hardwick, and he tripped over his shoelaces or something there. You know he wants that back.
Man, hey, Stephen, what would you estimate the crowd being? 3,000? 2,500?
A bunch. I'm terrible at guessing stuff like that. A bunch.
Maybe
Trenton
I'm terrible
brought a big crowd.
If I had to say, I'd say there's at least 2,000, 2,500 people in attendance tonight
for the middle school championship game.
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, it don't matter where you're at. You know, maybe Texas may be a different story, but
well, with folks in Medina certainly take their football serious, and you know I think Coach Moore has built you're expected to win. It's just that simple. You're expected to win. You're going to put it. You're not going to play if you're not working hard and you're not putting the hours and time in to get better. And it's just an expectation of winning a winning program, and they win every year, and that's coaching.
I'd like to know Heath's overall record.
I can tell you this: I've watched every middle school football game the last 5 years, and he's lost 2 games in 5 years.
Lost 2 games in 5 years
that I can remember. He lost 1 game in the championship game to Humboldt.
Yeah,
and he lost last year to Milan in 6-8, and I can't remember any other games he's lost.
I mean, what do you say about that? It's amazing.
All right, Christian Denton around the left side and finds plenty of running room. Going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards. Be 1st down, Hornets. If you go to his record, Chris's record's probably, I'm just going to shoot from the hip and say in the last 5 years, he's
35,
40 and 2.
40 and 2.
Something like that. I can only remember 2 games.
I mean, hey,
that's funny. We're talking about 2 losses here when he's won 40.
Is that becoming a dynasty?
It's already a dynasty. Man, you talk to anybody from anywhere, it's like, man, that middle school team over there is unbelievable.
Son.
All right, here we go. Back to the action. 1st down. Ball's on the 21-yard line. Man in motion goes Denton, and going to have a little.
So they got some. I'm going to tell you this: 6th and 7th graders next year have some big shoes to fill.
Absolutely, they've got some big shoes to fill. But they somehow figure out a way to fill those shoes year in and year out. That was encroachment by Trenton. Looks like number 52 for Trenton got a little anxious. It'll be 1st down and 5 with 55 seconds left in this contest. Stephen Rich alongside Chris Smith. And a big thank you to Worthy Road Studios. Tonight's game was brought to you and produced by Mr. Paul Schultze. Lawson Mann is your replay operator. Thank you, Mr. Lawson. Mr. Kevin Thompson, our main cameraman, doing a great job up here with us. By Mr. Kane Vester, the junior stallion performing art soon to be major at Bethel, if I think I remember that correctly. So thank you, Mr. Kane. Miss Alyssa Burrows, the senior
It's going to do it, Steven.
camera operator for us tonight here at South Gibson. She is a senior.
Uh-oh,
She plans to
you think
attend
somebody's fixing to
UT
get a
Martin.
bath?
Uh-oh, somebody fixing to get a bath? Here we go. Well, that's going to bring an end to this contest. Oh! There it goes.
Oh, that's cold. Look at him.
Coach Moore got it. Did we get that? All right,
Man.
Coach Moore got him a bath.
He sure did. That's got to be cold. That's got to be cold.
All right. Well, Chris, you got anything you want to add before we wrap this
Man,
up?
I just want to say, 7-0, that's a very successful season.
Oh, here comes the replay. Coach Moore's getting a bath. Woo!
Hey, you know what? He can watch this again right here in slow motion and see who actually dumped it on him.
Whoa.
I just want to say very successful season, man. I mean, I can't do any better than 7-0.
8-0.
8-0.
9-0 now.
And was there any close games?
Negative.
Negative. I mean, what do you say? And what do you say about the support from Medina Middle and, I mean, SGC in general? It's just amazing. I'm just glad to be part of this community.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, great job on a very successful season to Trenton Rosenwald Bears. They earned their right to be here. They had a fantastic season, but I'm not sure if they had 7 wins or 8 wins, but it's either 8-2 or 7-2, and that's a success. You know, you only lost 2 games, and both of them were to Madina, but you know, tip your hat to Trenton and the players over at Trenton. You know, I wish I could have been at the Huntington game.
Yeah,
I would have paid good money to see the Huntington
middle school
game.
game that scores 122 points. That's pretty impressive.
So congratulations to Trenton for finishing 2nd place in the Gibson County Middle School Athletic Association Championship. And congratulations to Coach Moore, Coach Moore Jr., Coach Barry Bray, Coach Ross, and all of your middle school Hornets for being the 2015 Gibson County Middle School Athletic Association District Champions.
Great job.
All right. Well, again, this has been a presentation by Worthy Road Studios of Middle School Athletics. Paul, thank you for inviting us along. Thank you to the cameraman. We're out. We'll see y'all tomorrow night on .5 Digital.
You're watching the Ball Game Blitz.